So we just got done following the Dallas Cowboys' first preseason game against the Denver Broncos, and very sloppy to say the least. You had some good things here and there, but there were also some negatives there as well. Now, before we dive into that, by the way, two things. Number one, if you're not subscribed, please make sure you are subscribed. Hit that big red button so you get more Dallas Cowboys content. Like the video if you haven't done so already, and hit that notification bell as well. And also, I'm recording this as the fourth quarter ended with the Learham miss at 56 yards. So anything that happened after that, I'm not talking about because I've seen enough. So I'm going to go through the offense, defense, and special teams. So offensively, Cooper Rush, not looking too good, my guy. He did not look good whatsoever this game. I get it. It's just preseason, but I'm just talking about these particular players. So keep that in mind as well. Cooper Rush didn't look good. He looked like he forced the ball to Jalen Tolbert a whole lot, and some of his passes didn't really look good. Okay, that's number one. Number two, going over to Ben Danucci. Ben Danucci had a really good play when he first came in, a 40-yard pass, and he kind of got the offense moving a little bit. But with that being said, after that happened, it really was nothing much more. Offensively, you look at the running backs. Running backs had a decent night. I'm not going to really complain about that. Nothing much more to say other than Shampkin and Rico Dowdle had a really nice night. And also Davis, too. But again, nothing to write home about. Wide receivers, Houston had a nice catch. Brandon Smith had a fantastic catch as well. Probably the best of the night. Jalen Tolbert, But again, it's kind of hard to evaluate this. Jake Ferguson, solid job, my guy. We also got a Peyton Hendershot sighting, which the flags ruined his night, and we'll talk about that in just a second. Offensive line. The entire offensive line, as the game went on, looked pretty sloppy. Steele looked okay. Connor McGovern looks okay. Tyler Biadasz looked meh. Tyler Smith looked fantastic. He had 2 holding calls on him, which were BS. I had to go back and look. But yeah, Tyler Smith was doing his thing. At left tackle, I believe you had Avante Collins to start off, and then they moved to Josh Ball. But Josh Ball, dude, he had a horrible night. Josh Ball has me worried about this swing tackle position. And the main reasoning for that is he was getting beat constantly. So many holding penalties, which caused plays to come back. He didn't look good. And I just get worried. And it's not because I'm hitting the panic button right now. It's because it's preseason. And, if you're banking on this guy to be your swing tackle, that's not good to see. Defensively, I can tell you that Deron Bland had a fantastic night. Nashawn Wright started off really good. He had a BS penalty that wiped away his interception, but he really didn't do well. He allowed the 2 touchdowns. The second one he allowed, that was bad. He could have turned around and he would have probably intercepted the ball, but he didn't. Sam Williams could use a little bit more to his game. He had a decent night. My problem is that he just kept using kind of the same bull rush tactic, and that's a problem for me. But he'll learn. So, moving forward, your defensive line, the defensive tackles, bravo, guys. Tristan Hill looked really good. Quentin Bahana, awesome. Terrell Basham looked awesome as well. Nothing really much to complain about there. Your linebackers, I mean, you really should have seen Harper got his first interception, but he didn't. Again, getting more into that, Dante Fowler, undisciplined. A lot of these undisciplined plays, and that's why I wanted to set that for the end. The Cowboys committed, before I started recording this video, 14 penalties, 9 in the first half. They had more penalty yardage than they did actual yardage. The reason why that is a problem for me is because it shows me that the team is still undisciplined. Regardless of it being young players, that is a problem, ladies and gentlemen, and you cannot avoid that whatsoever. The Dallas Cowboys having that many penalties, especially like back-to-back ones where, And some of them were BS. But back-to-back ones where you wipe away first down plays, that's not good. And it feels like they have not learned from their mistakes. Again, I'm not hitting the panic button, but that's something to keep of note as we enter the second preseason game. Special teams. Lirim had a 56-yard field goal. He missed it wide, not wide, but he missed it to the right. It's a 56-yard field goal. I'm not going to bitch about that, but I did predict he was going to miss it, and he did. It was really hard to evaluate the team, especially receivers-wise, primarily because Cooper Rush didn't play well. And so I was hoping to see Will Grier because I'm telling you right now, Cooper Rush, that job is not a lock for him. The Cowboys might like him, but if Will Grier steps in and he has a fantastic preseason or has a better preseason, you might end up having to go with Will Grier, which, by the way, I think Will Grier's a better quarterback than Cooper Rush. I think that he has the talent to beat him out. That's the key thing, though, talent. If he can go in and he does a good job, I don't see a reason why the Cowboys can't. But again, I don't know. Team looks sloppy altogether. I'm not going to... Look, it's preseason. I'm not going to bullshit you guys. It's preseason. It is what it is. I'm not saying like, oh, it's one game, I'm going to overreact. But with these notes being spread out into the Twitter spaces, the internet, YouTube, you name it, if we see this happen again, that's a problem. It's going to be a big problem because it tells me that the big fundamental thing, we want to be a more disciplined team. We got rid of the players that were not disciplined or they did not have heart, this other bullshit. And again, like that is something you're going to... I said it before the preseason game. This is the bed you made. You're going to have the lie in it. And right now, this little preview we have, not really looking so good. But again, I'm not going to freak the hell out until we get really to the first game. Because you really had like 16 guys. Like none of your starters really played aside from Collins. Or not Collins, excuse me. Steele. Steele didn't play. Tyler Smith played. Tolbert played a bit. But again, it really felt like the Cowboys didn't try as much. Turpin had some nice plays here and there. I can't really say much more than this was a sloppy game. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this little recap video. I didn't want to make it too long so you guys can enjoy the rest of your night. But thank you guys for watching all the way to the end. If you did, you're a real MVP. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on the way out. If you missed the last video, by all means, please make sure to go check it out. You'll have the little link in the middle. Alrighty, guys. Have a great rest of your night.